Check out Comic Book Illuminati and Geekery. Links are in the description.
Hey, welcome. This is a review on the 3-pack Marvel Legends Target exclusive of the White Vision, the Hulk, and Ultron. And you could find this either at this point on eBay or on Amazon. It included the White Vision from the comics in the 90s, this Hulk in a recent storyline with a short haircut, which we'll get to, and this Ultron, which uses mostly a Beetle mold from the Spider-Man line, but switched up a little. And before we continue the review, let's check out the heights. He's about 6.5 Vision. Hulk here is huge, almost 8 inches. And Ultron about 6.5, or just a bit under. Start with the least interesting one in the set, and that is the Hulk. It uses the Age of Ultron mold. It just has a new head. It's from a comic storyline in the recent years, and he has this short haircut. And the sculpt does look pretty good. I don't know, it looks a little cross-eyed here. What's up with that, right? The pants are brownish here. It's that Age of Ultron sculpt. Only real selling point for this figure is the head sculpt, if you want a different version of the Hulk. And to be honest, by the time you see this review, this figure is probably going to be sold, because I'm going to sell it. I already have Hulk figures, and I don't need this one, because it's not really a classic Hulk to me. And the other two figures are why I bought this set, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Let's get to the articulation. Not too much, but it is ball jointed. It does have the ball jointed shoulders, in and down, in and out, up and down. Has the swivel biceps and double articulated elbows here. Spinning wrists, ball jointed. And they are fists, which is good for a change, because I don't know, sometimes in these Hulk figures they have like open hands and stuff. Pivot torso, and it is actually a pretty good range, but there is no articulation at the waist. Surprisingly, you think there would be waist articulation, but nope. And it's ball jointed at the hips, as well as the swivel thighs, and double articulated at the knees. Nothing here, but it does have the ankle rockers ball jointed. Check that out. Yeah, just like a basic Hulk figure. The only real new part, as I mentioned, is the head here. Second best figure I liked here is Ultron. But if you want to be honest, the best Ultron for the Marvel Legends is a Marvel Select Ultron. If you want the classic comic book look, that is the Marvel Select Ultron action figure here. In the comics, Ultron is taller than the basic regular figures, so this is a 6-inch Spidey. So for example, scale-wise, this Select figure would work pretty good for classic Ultron. And maybe you could use this guy as one of the random servant Ultrons. So I guess point being is that Select is the best comic Ultron in this scale. If you want to buy this, that's from Marvel Select. But on to this figure review. I just want to show you the detailing. It does have a new head part from the Beetle that this sculpt is based on. And I heard the forearms here are new parts. And of course the colors made into the Ultron colors here. The head sculpt is really nice. I mean, that's probably the best thing about this figure. Yeah, it does work pretty good. You see the little paint detailing here with the dots. Check out the little head bumps there. I actually don't have that Beetle because it's not classic enough. That Spider-Man action figure, it's from like the animated Beetle. So to get this Ultron to me is a new sculpt. if you don't have that other figure. See the coloring here, all of this stuff looks pretty good. And I want to get to the articulation here. It has a ball hinged head, side to side, and it got right here the ball jointed shoulders, up and down, and it has the swivel biceps, double elbows, and the hands, ball jointed, you can spin it. This is a closed fist, and this is open here. It has pivot torso, pretty good range, look at that. And a swivel waist, has ball hinged at the hips, up or down. It does have swivel thighs, but I don't know, it's pretty stiff here, and I don't want to mess with it, so I'm going to leave it like that. Double articulate it at the knees, and it has the ball hinged ankle rockers. But I think this has a bonus feature, well, I'll explain in a minute after I get to the vision review. And the third figure in the set, and I hope it comes in clear because the white background will make it tough to see. It is the Vision in his 1990s type of white costume look from the John Byrne run in the comics. And I'm going to remove the cape here because it comes off real easy. It has a little like a translucent effect here right at the end. It looks nice. I thought it could have just been a little bigger here. It would have been nicer. Such a small, thin fit. This is based on the Marvel Now Vision. They just repainted it, and they did give it feet here, and I think a different hand. I know it's coming in tough color-wise because of the background, but hopefully you can see it comes in pretty nice. The face sculpt color here. This is painted on the little design here, and it's supposed to be the belt. The plastic is pretty clear, almost see-through, but not quite. I like the coloring that they used. It looks like they used a little white shade of paints in terms of the plastic here. It has two closed fists. It would have been nicer, I thought, if like in the packaging they had like an opened palm type of thing position. But two closed fists, and overall it looks pretty cool. It has the very good range, check that out. Ball hinged head, has the ball hinged shoulders up and down, as well as the swivel biceps. Double articulated at the elbows. You can spin the hands, ball jointed, in or out there. The pivot torso, good range, as well as the waist swivels, ball jointed at the hips, as well as swivel thighs here, which I don't want to mess with in a way, and double articulated knees, calf articulation, and the ankle rockers right here. Definitely a sign of caution if you buy this 3 set, but these two figures in particular, you want to be careful because I'm reading reviews of parts breaking and the plastic being pretty weak. I'm not sure why that is, so just be careful. As mentioned, I never meant to get this set for the Hulk. Okay, so this will be sold. Here is kind of like the bonus thing. I always wanted the white Vision from the 90s, which we never had in Legend scale before. We've had this game in the early 90s called Captain America and the Avengers. It had Captain America, Iron Man, Hawkeye, and the White Vision were the 4 playable characters. And this is the last figure I needed to complete that set of 4. So that to me is the bonus and why I wanted this figure in particular. And this version of Ultron, while it looks okay, and while others have pointed out, and I was thinking about it as well when I had first seen the previews, is you see Silvermane here. He comes with the Speed Demon action figure, part of the Absorbing Man wave. And it was kind of a cool bonus from the storyline that they included Silvermane, sort of, in this little claw thing, right? Now, what are you asking? Like, what are you thinking here? Silvermane, you can pop the head off and check it out. It is a full sculpt. He is a cyborg in the comic books. He is a Spider-Man villain. And so he's basically a cyborg. And you got this Ultron figure, which, as I said, is not, to me, the ideal Ultron. You could pop it off. And check that out. For some odd reason, the colors match up good enough. The head fits perfectly on this figure. I mean, check that out. And then you could put the Ultron head on the scooter thing here. It just fits perfectly. And it's not 100% comic accurate for Silvermane, but he's a cyborg, so he can have different robot bodies, I assume. You buy this 3-pack, and this is Silvermane with a body, which I'd rather have, and I'm going to add this to the Spider-Man villain display. Check that out. It just works better. I'm keeping it this way in my display. I already got an Ultron, but I don't have a Silvermane. Probably the easiest kit bash custom you could think of. Good enough. So overall, Rob, what do you think of the 3-pack that was a Target exclusive of the White Vision, Hulk, and Ultron? Originally, this was like a $50 pack, and I wasn't able to find it, but I got it on Amazon for about $29, give or take. I thought since it's discounted, it's definitely a worthwhile value. I wanted the White Vision because it was a 90s character, and it was one of the 4 characters and the last one needed for Captain America and the Avengers arcade game. So that was a great reason to buy it. Ultron is pretty good, but the Marvel Select Ultron is the best. So this one could just be an Ultron drone, or better yet, just use the Silvermane head that came with Speed Demon and attach it to this Ultron body to make a sort of kit bashed Silvermane. That's what I'm gonna leave it as. And finally, the Hulk is this is a more recent version of him in the comics, temporary storyline. I'm probably definitely going to sell this version of the figure. It might even be sold by the time you see this video. I had no reason to get another Hulk, and I think there are better versions of the Hulk. This is not his classic look, and it was a figure I could definitely do without. So yeah, that one is probably not a reason to buy it. But 2 out of 3 are pretty good. That's the review. Subscribe if you haven't, and talk to you later.